Welcome back to V-Rule. I'm doing a giveaway trying to reach 5,000 subscribers, so please considering liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel. For your subscription, I'm doing a giveaway. An ETB going out to one lucky winner. More details is in the description below about that. It may end up being this Brilliant Stars ETB. It might be something else, but take a look down below if you're more interested in that. Or past videos, I've been mentioning it. Really what you need to do to enter is be a part of the channel with your subscription, and also go to this video here. That's where you want to leave an additional comment so I know where to pull the winners from. Beyond that, I'm going to be doing more than just the one prize. I think the community is deserving of a little bit more than just one little tiny prize for the entirety of the subscriber base. So once we reach 5,000, I'm also giving away 5 Pokemon mystery card packs. Today is our Sunday slip. Things are slipping in price. Not a whole lot. It's a boom market. Let's be honest, but I think there's something interesting unfolding and something to be looking forward to in how the market's going right now, because there's a lot of disappointment out there. If you saw my video yesterday, I just kicked off the weekend with feeling like I got kicked in the nads. So totally disappointed on Prismatic, and just I want to steer away from the bad feelings of it and see where the market's at, what's going on, get back to basics. Let's dive in. And of course, I'm starting with Prismatic, right? Just so I can kind of add a little salt to the wound. No, the reality is this is part of the story. This is part of the story of what's happening in the market. Now, it's been a day. It's been a day, folks. I can't give you any sort of true market analysis, but in yesterday's video, we saw a price tag of a staggering $2,000 on this card, and just the next day, we're seeing $1,600. We're seeing $1,600 here. How is it lightly played already? Really, it's because there might be just a little nick or scratch that they see, or a print line, and they're being very fair about it, because just at a glance, it looks really darn clean. So to call it lightly played, bringing that price down, okay, fine, $1,500, but $1,600 on the near mint. These should all have images. This is a little outrageous that this price tag and no images. They're really fetching on your emotions there to try to pull you in that, oh, it just went down $400 in a day. Well, it's been a day. Give it a minute. Let's see what happens. Give it some time. We've talked about this. Patience is key. No FOMO. Don't freak out. If you were here a few days ago, you saw the little intro song about no FOMO. So interesting stuff to see that so quickly it's dropping. May or may not be true. We'll see. Hold tight. Don't give in. Just keep an eye on it. The Pikachu EX out of Surging Sparks. Now that we have our shifted focus over to Prismatic with all of the craziness going on, all of the interesting stuff happening, the bad pull rates, but seeing some hits out there on some of these YouTube videos and all over X and Instagram and all sorts of stuff. You're seeing things happening. They do exist. There's just a lot of bad pulls to go along with it. But the focus has shifted, which means this Pikachu X is just coming down a little bit. We're getting in that early December time here in the 465 range, and now we're getting down to the low 460s. All right, near mint 550 cents. Sorry, 550 cents right here. So there's some opportunity that this one may be in this crazy range, or the market's there. What do we really have here? 443 on a near mint. Okay, stats might set you back a little bit, but they're not charging you $1,600 for a card with no pictures, so I don't know if that's much better. Here you go with a little bit similar here, and they do provide a photo, so something to be said there, that this is coming down a little bit. So don't always trust that top price. It could be deceiving. The market price can be deceiving, because we're even better than that. But this is coming down a little bit, and it's because our attention is shifting. And with that, the Pikachu Gold. Yes, it's slightly different between the Surging Sparks variant and the Prismatic Evolutions Gold Pikachu. They're going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show you. But just because we knew it's coming through Terrestrial Festival, you could get a Gold Pikachu in Japanese. You could end up getting it in Prismatic, should you be so lucky, or even just the price point. And that price has been kind of sliding down a little bit there into that 135 range. All right. When you look at Prismatic Evolutions, again, the data point is not good because it's so new, but it's just showing you the variant, the difference here, and how that card has shifted its look. All right, you're bleeding way more into that gold there, less defined features, less defined lines, but it's still a Pikachu coming through with those colors. It's an interesting design. I'm kind of on this, I don't know if I like it or not, because it feels a little lazy. If you start looking a little bit closer detail, it looks like this big aura was placed here just to bleed into that and blend it, because it's literally the same image here. They just muted some of these and filled them in flat with one color. So, okay, great. It's actually more simplified design. I thought this would go lower, but we'll see. It's new. It's new. Right now we're looking at like 147, 150-ish, I guess is a better way to put it. So, but with that, it's going to change things, all right? Prismatic Evolutions, we're looking through here and seeing that some of these prices have already slipped down. More things have become listed. The Master Ball Umbreon is now showing where yesterday it wasn't. So some listings are popping up. There were 3 of the Umbreon EX, and I said hold steady, because more listings means people have to compete with each other to sell. That'll bring the price down. Now we're at 10 listings, and here we are getting close to that $1,500 range rather than, you know, going in at $2,000 or close to it. So, you know, this is just simple, logical steps to take and think through. A few more evolutions have been added into the mix here, and we're seeing some, yes, pretty hyped up prices here. I mean, even $200 on the Roaring Moon. You know, this is a little bit steep still, that Dragapult EX. If we went to look at the Japanese version, there's no way it's pushing into the almost $150 range. So hold steady, calm down. If you find product, God bless you. You know, like have a good time. The more this cools down, the more people will feel comfortable opening stuff. So that's another variant within the market shift and how things go. This is normal. This is normal. This is normal. Don't FOMO. It's normal. I'm looking at now Japanese Terrestrial Festival. Looks very similar. We got a different language here. Master Ball has cooled down into the 2nd spot rather than the top tier. And that Umbreon EX holds steady in that top tier spot. All right, so things are cooling down now that Prismatic Evolutions has come out. Terrestrial Festival is going to cool down a little bit because there's now 2 ways to get the artworks, and the recent trend over the past few years we've been seeing is the English market has been performing at a higher dollar value than the Japanese market, even though those are harder to acquire here, U.S. stateside, and probably, I would assume, a similar story elsewhere in the world. But that Master Ball coming down to $275, this was not so long ago that this was a $500, $600 card. Time. Just give it time. And then you have the Japanese variant if you want to go with that gold card. Now, what's interesting here is we have the gold out of Surging Sparks with this look. The hard lines here really define Pikachu. We have the gold Pikachu out of Prismatic Evolutions. Everything's softer. You've thrown in one solid color fill in all these spots, got rid of the barriers of the hard lines. And then here we kind of have somewhere in between. It's not quite the same with all the different textured visual textures. I don't know if these are all textured very, you know, heavily the way the visual texture is with that cracked ice look behind it. But the visual texture is much less here. It's closer to what we see in Prismatic, but then you have that hard line. So really, they're all different. And the prices are shifting all over the place, but the card is virtually the same. So you want to get one of these. Your best bet right now would be the Pikachu EX out of Terrestrial Festival. However, at $72, still may not be what you're looking for. Is that even right? 72. Okay, yeah, interesting. The market price is putting it down. It's not like we're competing in another language here. But looks like, I don't know, looks like we're still in that $72 range. But again, check this out. Very new. Very new. And now we have a couple other Pikachus to compete with that are going to be darn close, that really the lowest price would win if you're looking for this artwork. If you're a Pikachu collector and you want to go with this artwork, if you got to have them all, I understand that avenue of collecting. I get that. If you need to just have a gold Pikachu, people are going to be turning to this one and watching all 3 pretty vigorously to find out who's pulling what down and where it's going to bring it from there. But it's an interesting story to tell just because we can go from 2,000 down to 1,600 or 1,500 in a day, all right? Things can shift so quickly. I was a little nervous to look up anything in the Sunday slip today because it's not doing very well in finding a lot to see in that, but I think diving in a little deeper on these more selected cards rather than pulling out a bunch of product and a bunch of cards that are slipping in price, because it's not like it's not happening. There's possibility to seek that information out. It's out there. But pulling in this little bit more detailed story of how these sets are relating and how the market shifts. We went from Surging Sparks into Terrestrial Festival to we got it, it's our first taste of Prismatic, kind of, and then we move into Prismatic and go, what are these pull rates? Why is this happening? Terrestrial Festival, every 10 packs you're getting in SIR. SAR in Japanese, but SIR. Every 10 packs. Every 10 packs. Guaranteed SIR. Every 10. Early pull rate data is looking like every 60 in English for Prismatic Evolutions. Now, that is obviously terrible. That you have to open up 6 times the amount of packs, pay 6 times the amount of price, have 6 times the amount of depressed feeling out of it to pull N SIR, and it doesn't mean you're getting an evolution. It means you're getting one of the 32 SIRs. Now you put the equation of the evolutions in there, we're looking like 1 in 2,000 packs to hit the specific card you're looking for. Why don't they make the pull rates the same? Why don't they do a specialty set in English the way they did in Japanese? Shake it up that way. You get 3 Pokeball reverses in a box of 10, one of which could be a Master Ball, and that's happening every 2 or 3 boxes, something like that. You guarantee get an EX in every single pack, a little bit of that glitter just to feel like you won. Make a specialty set special instead of the same pull rates as Surging Sparks, the same pull rates as, Temporal Forces. A specialty set should be special. It should be abundant, it should be enjoyable, and it should be obtainable. And that's the big miss from Pokemon. And you'd think they saw it coming. When Shrouded Fable was a flop, it's like, okay, pull back. Let's get Stellar Crown out. Let's really push on Surging Sparks. It's a Pikachu set. That'll obviously do well. He is the mascot. And I mean, it's not like they don't have people looking around into this stuff. Market research, could they just scour YouTube for a minute and see how long and how much everybody's been hyping up Prismatic Evolutions? I've been using the hype of Prismatic Evolutions for my thumbnails and my titles because I got to catch your attention among the millions of videos. Sorry if everybody thinks I'm doing clickbait. You're kind of right. I'm trying to get you in. It's a headline. It's a news article. And then the meat of the content is where I really shine and try to show you what I'm thinking, what I'm seeing, how I'm analyzing the data, and share it with you along my journey to hopefully assist in yours. So, to anybody who's giving me that beef about, clickbait, whatever, welcome to the internet, yeah, I guess you can call it that. If you want to call it that and put me in this corner of I'm just some sort of clickbait, I've seen a lot of things that are clickbait, and there's nothing there when you get inside. At least with mine, there's a relation between the hyped version of my title and my thumbnail to get to the meat of the situation, the crux of the subject in which I'm speaking. So I digress. I just get so angry on this channel now. I feel like I'm depressed about Prismatic. I'm angry at Pokemon for their lack of availability. Nobody's doing anything they're supposed to. I'm turning really negative. And I think there's enough channels out there where they just get angry about the hobby, and that's not my intention. I just think I'm in this low point right now for the hobby going, what's the point? I give up. But I don't. I obviously still hang on. I'm just having those PTSD vibes from the Pikachu gray felt hat. I'm still steamed about that one. That is my chase card of the hobby so far. That is the one. That's the one I want to obtain. Not at $200 or wherever it's sitting, but I would like to obtain that at some point. That is the chase card. Sealed? Real would be nice. Or graded would be cool too. So that's the dream. And I'm actually turning to my collection and going, what should I sell to go exchange and trade up for that? Because my collection journey is changing as I go. And I am rambling in all sorts of directions. This doesn't make any sense. Sunday Slip. Go back and watch the real content because now I'm just being an idiot. Maybe we can turn this back around here. I'm looking for 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but we got to get there one step at a time. The next step is 5,000 subscribers, at which point I'm giving away an ETB to one lucky subscriber. I'm also giving away 5 Pokemon mystery card lots to additional 5 winners there. And all you got to do is go to the beginning of the video, take a look at that. I spell it out for you. Take a look in the description below, check it out. But make sure you like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. I post 7 days a week, and hopefully I can stay on topic and stop my freaking out and complaining about everything. But with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.